Hi, it's Brett here from BWCflies, and today I'm going to tie a little streamer fly called the St Clair Special. So this was a fly that was put together several seasons ago when we were walking the banks of Lake St Clair in the Hunter Valley quite regularly, and it became a bit of a go-to pattern for quite a few anglers. So here we go. Alright, in the vise I have an Arex NS110 streamer hook in the size 8, and in my bobbin I have a rusty brown coloured thread. This is a 6/0 or 140 denier. This particular one is from Semperfli, but any rusty brown type thread will do the job just nicely. So first part of the fly is that I'm just going to lay a nice base of thread just from the hook eye down to the start of the bend, just like so. Get rid of that little tag. Alright, for the wing, I'm going to be using Fulling Mill Micro Zonka. This one is just in the brown colour. No fancy name for it, it's just brown. So I've cut a little piece off, but what I want to do is just prepare my tie-in point. So I'm just going to separate the fur. Just so I've got a nice clean vacant piece of hide there, and do my best to keep all those fibres away. Just a tiny little bit of saliva on your thumb and forefinger will help do that. Okay, and that's in there just nice, just right on top of the hook shank. So here, just going to put a tiny little thread dam just to help keep that hide out of the way whilst we do the next step. This is a very simple fly, and I suppose it's not overcomplicated. It does work, but you can lose a few flies to the submerged timber and so forth. So quick, easy and effective is the name of the game. So for the body, this is Shrimp Dub by Enrico Puglisi. This is in the root beer colour, and this is a really coarse type dubbing, but it has a lot of UV properties or UV reactionary properties about it, and you'll see it when we do the head of the fly. So a bit of dubbing wax on there. Now I've put a little bit more on there because it is a bit of a coarse type dubbing, and you'll see that as it goes on. And as I'm working with this, I only really want to be working around about 5 centimeters in length at a time, and we'll slowly build the body toward the front. Just tighten him up. He'll get wrapped around. Okay, like so. Keep that one out of the way. We're going to fold him forward. There we go. A little bit more so we can work on the next portion. Okay, a bit more twisted on. You can twist this stuff on pretty tight, to be honest with you. We will brush it back out a little bit. But I do want to make a fairly tight, sleek type body on it. Okay, we've got a little bit of a taper going on, which you can see there. We'll just put a little bit more right on front, just right there. The key to dubbing, I suppose, is just to use little bits at a time and work your way through the area of the fly that you are building, large amounts of dubbing become problematic. Okay. Then I've left around about 2 hook eyes worth of space. Right there, you can see that thread platform just there. So with your good old dubbing brush, I really want to pick out the fibres from on top of the hook shank, and that will then allow the rabbit zonker to lay nice and flat across the top of that dubbed body. Turn him over, we'll pick a couple out from under there. So whilst it's tight at the start, you can see that it does loosen up a little bit. Bit of thumb and forefinger management there, and just push some of those fibres back. We have pretty much cleared the top, so if I spin that over, you'll be able to see that that's got a nice platform. Okay. I want to drag or pull the zonker strip forward with some tension, and my tie-in wants to maximise all of that fur. So thumb and forefinger to hold that in place, and we're just simply gonna tie him down like so. Okay. Let's get rid of that little tag on the front. Alright. The second last part of this fly is to put a collar. So what I use for this is hairline hen saddle in the grizzly dyed brown. So on a patch like that you can get quite a few flies. It's a high quality saddle. So just at the moment this is a full one, so I'm just picking out a nice feather just from the center. And what I need to do is strip out all of that fluff and get rid of that. So really all I'm left with is clean feather. Just trim that stem off. I want to tie him on right on the side like so, and then advance your thread right up to behind the hook eye. Now next part is we need to wrap that and make a collar. A good quality pair of hackle pliers makes all the difference in these kind of steps where you don't have the feather slip out of the plier. And these C&F design ones have a nice ring that I can just wrap that around as I go. Now with each turn I am pulling the feathers backwards. We'll start to push them down like so. So there's a few wraps going in there. The good thing about soft hackle is that it's very manageable. And this will be the last wrap. Push that down. Okay, we're going to take the thread behind the stem. Thumb and forefinger just helps to hide any of those barbs that we don't want trapped in the wrapping of that. Nice tiny pair of curved scissors helps me get right in there without cutting the thread. And from here we will build a nice little bullet head shape for the front of the fly, just like so. And we will complete it with just a hand whip finish. If you've got a whip finish tool, now's the time to use it. So a few wraps just underneath and we'll go again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pull it down, tighten it up. Fine point scissors come into play once more to clip that thread out. And then we are ready for a little bit of UV resin just to complete him. This is Solar Res Bone Dry, just in the clear. You can get it in black too if that's your fancy. A little bit around all of those threads there. Let that soak in just a tiny little bit and cure it with the resin. Now you may be able to see that Enrico shrimp dub really starts to pop once that UV light gets shined onto it. There we go. So that resin has cured. And there you have it. One very simple but one very effective bass fly for Lake St Clair at Singleton. Walk the edges, floating line in a 6, 7 or 8 weight nylon type leader. Fish around the weed edges and the fallen timber and have some fun. That's the St Clair Special. Enjoy it and fish it well. Till next time.